Hi, my name's Jamie Nazario, and welcome back to My Life Now. Today I'm doing your monthly mini Celtic Cross forecast by Zodiac. I'm going to explore present energy challenges and what's unfolding in love, career, and personal growth for the month of September 2025. I am going to do Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So this reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of September 2025. It's a huge month, very huge month. Lots of energies, lots and lots and lots of energies. I did pray and meditate prior to starting this video, just for guidance and clarity and for the message to come through the way that you guys need to receive it. Remember, anything that I say, take it with a grain of salt, right? Leave what doesn't suit you. If it doesn't resonate with you, like, stop, don't listen. If it does, continue. Don't take anything that I say as like fact, right? And like, that's it, like right and nothing else, because no, that's not true, right? There's always room for improvement. There's always room for better. So understand that, okay? So this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, mini Celtic Cross. Want to see the big energies that are happening. Okay. Just looking at something. Okay. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. September 2025. Wow. Going into fall. Oh, my loves. Okay. Wow, guys. It's going to be a month. Get ready. There are some changes that are happening. Right now, so for the month of September, I want to say May. I don't know why I wanted to say May. So maybe what's going to happen this month is like a completion of what started in May, maybe. But I know it has to do with a situation that there's tension there, and it has to do with words, the way we communicate. Someone making you feel belittled, less than, or you in turn making someone feel like that, using your words, right? And they're hurtful. It's really, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, and it's gonna hurt because you're coming from a place where you were emotionally good, right? It felt as if there's no situation that can rock you, right? To make you, react instead of respond. There wasn't, you're good, right? But a situation happens that does shed light to an area in your subconscious that you do need to work on, right? Because remember, if it bothers you, that means that there's something that has to be healed in that area. Um, but this comes because of there's this competition. There's this competition that takes place, right? Um, or you're making something a competition when it's not. It's not a competition at all, right? Because you hold mastery, right? Like, you know your truth. And this, in essence, has to do with you understanding what it is that you've mastered, right? Throughout all this time. So, for some of you, you guys have been working probably like on a specific skill, right? And you've been working and working and working and working, and now you're ready to do something about it, right? But it's sitting there. So maybe there's uh there's not enough confidence. Maybe you feel like you need to work on it more in order to share it with the world, right? There's some of that. And what happens is that this takes place, this tension takes place, this change takes place in order for you to move, right? Move, understand, right? And open the doors for you to show your talents, right? Um, there's some of you where this has to do with at the core of it. So, you think it has to do with your current job and this promotion that's coming up. Um, you know, I don't know, your supervisor um, made you feel irrelevant, insignificant, worthless. Those are things that you can possibly say that you. And in essence, no one can make you feel those things. There's a part of you that feels that, right? So work through that because it doesn't belong to you. Um, the energy that crowns you right now, that's kind of like surrounding you, um, is temperance, right? That has to do with patience, right? It has to do with this transformation that has to take place on a physical level in order for you to reach your internal self. But it's a process that at time is very hard, right? It really is. I can't say that it's easy, right? Because you're trying to get rid of all of the baggage, right, that you have carried. And that's kind of what this tension is, and the situation. It's like it allows you the opportunity, if you take it, right, to work out some type of trauma issue that you have within yourself. But in order for you to become aware of it, there's a situation that has to take place outside of you. So then, in turn, you can work through it internally, right? But it says you have all the skills that you need at hand. You've worked very, very hard. And some of you haven't told anyone. I don't know why. It's almost like there's some of you that have been like, I don't know, taking classes, doing courses, and no one knows about it, right? It's hidden. Um, and I don't know if that has to do with in the past being hurt because when you did share something, it was made little, right? Um, but that's not the case. This month has to do with a lot of isolation, right? It's the hermit. You're going to withdraw yourself, right? Um, and kind of take a step back. No, take a lot of steps back. You're actually going to go like way back, and you're going to sit with yourself, right? And you can use that time whichever way you like, honestly, right? You can do whatever you want. At the end of the day, it's your life. But I would take that time to self evaluate, right? To become self aware of what it is that's happening in your mind. That is critical this month because your thoughts are your reality. I know it sounds so cliche, right? But it's the truth. It's the truth. There's nothing in this world, right, that can be physically created if it wasn't a thought first. Remember that, right? So if you have bad thoughts about yourself, then your environment is going to be bad. But if you have good thoughts about yourself, then your environment's going to be good. And that takes place on a subconscious level, right? I can turn around and say, hey, I live the best life, right? But if I subconsciously don't believe that, then it means nothing, right? But the hermit allows you at the time to truly, truly understand what's happening within you, right? And in order to do that, you have to step away from the noise because it's noisy. It's noisy, right? And when there is noise, you can't concentrate. It's just something that you can't do. It's very hard. It's very hard. So don't think of it as a punishment, right? Don't think, for some of you, if like, let's say that you had plans to go away with your girls or go away with the guys, like, and all of a sudden the trip was canceled or something happens where it's like you had these plans and now you're like by yourself, right? Okay, if you can afford it, go, you know, into nature. I don't know, for a weekend. Sit with yourself, journal, meditate, sit in silence, do nothing, say nothing, right? It's actually really hard. It's actually something that I'm working on. Okay? So that's huge for you guys this month. It really, really, really is. Just know that this transition that takes place in your life, it's like going from what you think was true peace, right? Self-love, which it was because you were peaceful, right? Living a good life, meditating, doing your thing. And all of a sudden it's like, boom, here we go. Okay, so maybe I wasn't as solid as I thought I was when it came to the way that I feel about certain situations, right? But I will tell you, if you take this month, right, to truly work it out, oh my God, there's nothing that's going to rock you moving forward. There isn't, right? There's always going to be like little hiccups, but that's life, right? Like, life is about having situations where they're uncomfortable, where they don't feel good, right? Understanding that, then sitting with yourself, trying to figure out why, because you get to know yourself. Like, that's what life is about, right? Getting to know who you are. But the only way that we can do that is through another, right? The mirror, the seventh house, right? And sometimes, right, when there's something that we don't like about another individual, we have to look in the mirror and say, I wonder, right? And if the answer is yeah, I do have that tendency to do that, work on it, understand why, and release it, right? So that's kind of what this month is about. And it's a huge month. It's actually a humongous month, right? But don't think that you're being punished, that the universe doesn't love you, that God doesn't love you, because that is not the truth, okay? Okay. I am going to do a little mini spread for a possible situation. Let's do the situation that this is based on. So the two cards are the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands, my love. Right? So although, yes, fives make you move they're Mars energy, right? They're the ones that make you change, right? They don't feel good, but it's necessary, right? For growth. Because that's the only way we grow is if we move, right? So this month is about growth. But let's see if there's any light shed on that situation, okay? Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, another thing. If some of you were in a relationship, right? If some of you were in a relationship and this is about love, it's about love. And this person that made you feel, again, made you feel, no one made you anything, but that's another story. Um, you guys are broken, broken up, huge fight. Just know that no one has the right to behave in that manner, right? So I need you to understand this, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That if you're in this relationship and you've put this person on a pedestal, right? They're amazing, they're great, they're wonderful. Then why the hell did they treat you like that? If they're this great, wonderful person, right? So what I'm saying is like, don't sit here and, or sit there and mourn an illusion, right? A person that you've made up in your mind that maybe 5% or 10% or shit, 50% of the time was decent to you, was good to you, right? Because the other 50%, that shit counts, right? So they weren't who you've made them out to be. Understand that. And it's okay, because that's another thing, right? So I need you to learn from this relationship what it is that you need moving forward. And that's, take this time. It's not about going and open up a dating app because you're so hurt, right? That they say in Spanish, like one nail takes out another one. Like, no. Don't do that, right? Because what happens if you don't understand what it is that you need out of a relationship, right? It's going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather not, right? So if you take this time, right, this month, sit with yourself, understand what it is that you did not like from this person, male or female, okay? And understand why you allowed it, right? What is it about you that thought that it was okay to be with a person that treated you in that manner, right? And know that, like, work it out and know that, like, yeah, no, we're not doing this. Like, I don't deserve this. I am way better, right? So that also huge thing, okay? There's this situation that takes place, right? Where there is like a lucky change, a lucky break that allows you to shift, move, maybe either to another company where you're recognized, right? But there's recognition, but only after you move, okay? Yeah, there's an opportunity that comes up. There's an opportunity that comes up that if you take it, it does turn out good for you. It does turn out good for you. And like Tauruses know when something's like good or bad, when it's gonna like take you one step closer to your goal or bring you further away, right? So sit with yourself, understand that, and ask yourself, like, okay, will this change, right? Will this change that's coming put me one step closer or further away from my goal? Brings you closer? Bye-bye. Keep going. Because there is recognition, right? So this move is good. if done correctly. Okay. I'm also gonna do a card from the deck of Plenty by Shani. Love her, love her, love her. Okay. See what it is that you guys need to hear, receive. Right? Okay. I can't expand if I'm not willing to bump up against my own growth edges. Interesting. The 5-5, right? Remember Mars, growth, what I was telling you, right? It hurts. It hurts. It's uncomfortable, right? But it's the only way that we expand. Okay? So I can't expand if I'm not willing to bump up against my own growth edges. Okay? That's it for September 2025, Taurus. I love you. I'm one of you. I really am. Right? So it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. See you on the other side. Okay? Love you. Bye.